earned a bachelor's degree in psychology in 2000. Later, while working in residence life, she started our accelerated nursing track and will graduate again today with a nursing degree. Please welcome for the senior message, Mrs. Samantha Anderson.
What I like to call a slow learner. Jewel verse. It's only as good as its jewel knots, I guess. You know, I was legitimately shocked when it was announced that I was selected as senior speaker. My first reaction was, you can't make me do it. In between moments of panic and shock, a fleeting thought was, maybe that means if you guys elected me senior speaker, that I'm invited to Sneaky Pete's later for the after graduation. Probably not. I'd still like to get paid in May. But I was legitimately shocked, and it seems some of you were too. It's fair, I get it. Some of you might have seen the Yik Yak posting in response to my speaking announcement. If you missed it, and if you're unfamiliar with what the social media platform Yik Yak is, I just recommend you stay gloriously ignorant. It is not worth your time. You are better off not knowing. But in case you missed it, I snapped or screenshotted it. It went away pretty quickly, which was pretty impressive. But it read, and I give you all permission to laugh because it's funny. Sam Anderson for senior speaker. Is she speaking on behalf of the senior citizens? Yeah, it's funny. It's old. Clever. I am actually older than the average senior. It's hard to tell from where you are. Maybe there's a lot of magic and wizardry happening here. I told you not to photograph me from any unfortunate old people angles, but there you are. Mostly I just put on a pair of sunglasses and a backpack every day, and I try desperately to blend in with the natural wildlife, like marsupials. I am older than the average senior, but I have lived on this campus for a total of 12 years. I want to be clear, it did not take me 12 years to graduate from Williamsville College. Some of you, I see your families like elbowing each other. Well, at least our kid's better than that. Would you hate to be her parents? No, I am not the reason that Dr. Dima and Dr. Salee shudder at night when they think of Jewel's 4-year graduation guarantee. Tripled it. But if you add up the years that I have been here as an undergraduate, and more recently as a resident director and a non-traditional student in the nursing program, go nurses, I have lived at Jewel, longer than I have lived anywhere else in my entire life. Jewel runs in my family. My husband Brad is a Jewel grad. We met here. For those of you who don't know who he is the most ridiculously handsome goalkeeper coach for the Jewel soccer teams. He's mine, hands off. And we share our home on the hill with our daughters, Rory and Emmy. They've grown up here, essentially. We live in Ely Hall, up on the campus. And like most normal mothers, I go into their room at night before I go to bed, and I stand silently in their room, and I watch for the slight rise and fall of their chest as they breathe. And I brush hair out of their face so I can give a little patch of cheek to kiss, because they sleep like crazy animals and they're a tangled mess. And most of the times, I realize that I can hear the music blasting in the Wellness Center. So I go downstairs, and I turn it off, and I give people the evil eye while I leave. And I end up back in the room, and I whisper to them, I'm glad you're mine. I'm glad you're mine is a phrase I started using when Rory was just a baby. And for us, it's meant to convey more than just love. For us, it means, of course I love you. I kind of have to. You're my kid. But I also like you. And in a room full of people, I'm so glad that I share my life with you. For the past few years, we as students have shared life on the Hill. We have sung Jewel's songs and written Jewel's words. We've celebrated its victories and shouldered defeats. We've been the voice of Jewel and lived its moments. And we've considered the future of this place. We've built friendships that will last a lifetime, and we've fallen in, and sometimes out of, love with its people. We have been Jewel students, and in the process, we have been transformed. And just as we leave Jewel different than when we arrived, Jewel too has been shaped by the influence of our time here. But all too soon, another group of students will come in and take ownership of this place. Okay, was about the time that I was. Nobody looks good crying, Kyle. The voices on the hill will change, and the moments will be experiences for people other than us. Good thing there's a doctor on stage because I might faint. And although there's no way that those who are coming after us will be half as impressive as we are, when we do come back to visit, we might be surprised to find that Jewel has moved on without us with relative ease, which is why earlier today I made Dr. Sleep promise that we'd always be his favorites. Tweet that, Jewel T, hashtag Jewel PLC. I don't want you guys to worry about being forgotten completely because I can personally attest that many of your antics will live on through the lunch hour retellings of legendary student stories by Ernie Stufflespice and the rest of the Student Life crew. I promise, some of you, your place in history is firmly cemented in Story Hour. But overall, I stand here today with the reality of leaving the hill on my mind. For so long, we've called Jewel home. Dang, you all thought I was done, didn't you? Very soon it will be a place that we visit. I hope we've all taken the time to consider how we should behave once we leave. The $40,000 a year we've spent on his education, and I know that's accurate because I read that on Yik Yak too, has given us access to incredibly bright faculty and staff who are connected enough to know our names and ask about our lives. They have taught us much. Thank you. And we are now graduates of an impressive institution with a long tradition of excellence. Regardless of the different paths we will take from here, I hope we have the courage to use our abilities and knowledge and opportunity to change the world around us for the better. You know, the beauty of being an almost senior citizen is that I have lived some life already. 37 years give you some perspective. Not enough perspective to get the senior citizen discount anywhere, but some perspective. And maybe one of the best life lessons I've learned so far is the importance of deciding who I want to be and being brave enough to be that person. I think that means a lot of things, like living a full life and loving my people well, laughing loudly, challenging myself. It means speaking honestly and with respect for others, and knowing when the best thing to do might be to keep my mouth shut. I still need to learn that a little bit, right? It is having courage to laugh at myself. It's being intentional with the way that I vote and spend and live. It's a willingness to ask big, tough questions, and being okay if the answer lies somewhere in the gray. It's having faith, and knowing that every decision I make isn't just about me. It means expanding my world for the realization that I share it with a beautifully diverse group of people. I do believe that our time here at William Joe College has done a terrific job of empowering us to consider the type of people we want to become and equipped us with the skills necessary to actually be those people. Now it's our turn to decide what we will do with all that we've been given. I have great faith in us. I really do believe that at the very least, we can change our immediate surroundings for the better. And truly, if we can do that, we could probably change the world. To the students of the graduating class of 2015, oh goodness, and to everyone who makes William Joe College what it is, I would just like to say from the bottom of my heart, I'm glad you're mine.